Coming up, the US Tzu Chi Headquarters steps up its collaboration with a Catholic charity. By eating only 80% full, we can stay healthier while contributing the rest to help others. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Dennis Wu. Thank you for joining us. In the United States, an international Catholic volunteer organization, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul Council of Los Angeles, recently held its annual meeting in Pasadena, and representatives from the US Tzu Chi Headquarters were invited to attend, in hopes that the two charities can collaborate in the future.
A Catholic voluntary organization, Society of St. Vincent de Paul, Council of Los Angeles, held its annual meeting in Pasadena, California, and invited representatives from US Tzu Chi Headquarters. Since Pope Francis held talks with different religious representatives in 2015, this facilitated collaboration between SVDP and Tzu Chi.
From their annual meeting, we can see our future collaboration in the community, whether it's youth and children's aid programs, leadership training, or assistance to the homeless and veterans. SVDP and Tzu Chi have a lot of room for collaboration.
And this is a first step towards a very strong collaboration between Tzu Chi, which is the arm of the Buddhists that helps with social services, and the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, which is the arm of the Catholic Church that does social services.
At the annual meeting, CEO of SVDP, Mr. David Fields, not only commended Tzu Chi efforts in protecting the environment, he also gave out volumes of Jingzi aphorisms in 4 languages to the 1,000 attendees.
And I don't care what religion you belong to, the golden rule is love God, love yourself, and love your neighbor. And that's where the Buddhists and the Catholics intersect, and that's what we found when we were in the Vatican.
Despite our different religious beliefs, we have a common goal in the same direction.
The collaboration of the two religious organizations is like the bookmark printed with both Jingzi aphorisms and the words of the Pope, which brings harmony to society.
To welcome Tzu Chi's 50th anniversary, Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan and abroad are returning to their spiritual home, the Jingzi abode in Hualien. We now join more than 400 Tzu Chi volunteers from Taipei's Banqiao area as they brave the rain to make this solemn pilgrimage.
These Tzu Chi volunteers follow the lead of this Dharma master as they approach the Jingzi abode. Despite the heavy rain, they are firm in their steps and their directions, as their goal has been consistent from the beginning. These pilgrims face difficulties with no fear as they continue their practice. Every step they take is time for reflection and prayer. Many Jingzi disciples are grasping this opportunity as the 50th anniversary of Tzu Chi nears.
As the Master says, cultivate diligently with courage. If we take this to heart, we can become a powerful force.
We shall ever be more committed to unity, harmony, care, and effort. We will work hard to carry out Tzu Chi's missions together.
On this trip, these pilgrims are purifying their hearts to return to their true nature, taking the Buddha teaching to heart and following the Bodhisattva path.
Taiwanese just love those all-you-can-eat restaurants, which contributes to food wastage. In fact, 1.3 billion tons of food around the world is wasted every year, while some 800 million of the world's population do not have enough to eat. We now learn how Tzu Chi is trying to resolve the problem. The sound of coin trickling down is the sound of hope. To celebrate DaAi TV's birthday, filled coin banks are brought back.
I don't think I should keep buying snacks, so I am using my allowance on saving people.
Many a little makes a maker. When I brought my coin back over, I realized how heavy it was. I think with everyone's contribution, this will be a formidable strength.
Saving a Little Blessing for Those in Need is a charity campaign started by the staff of the TV station. The goal is to provide tuition for children displaced by wars.
Their tuition costs about some $30 US, so we thought perhaps we can save about $1 US per day, and in time save enough so as to pay a month of their tuition.
are privileged and share little with others, the gratification from giving that little bit is something that I believe everyone knows well, which is blessing.
At the end of World War II, Taiwan's economy was in ruins. But by the 80s, Taiwan was one of the 4 Asian dragons. Suddenly, people went from being poor and having very little choice in food to suddenly being wealthy and able to afford extravagant meals. So when Mr. Chiang Ching-kuo was still the premier of the country, he advocated the so-called plum flour meal, which was composed of 5 dishes and a soup to reduce food wastage.
Unfortunately, the campaign did not last, and soon all-you-can-eat restaurants swept through Taiwan like a storm. As people on the island indulge themselves, some 800 million people in the world remain undernourished due to uneven distribution of food. Thus, in 2011, Master Zeng called for the eating 80% full and leaving the rest for charity movement.
这世界每一年的粮食被浪费掉的有13亿多公吨。现在的人口那么多，奢侈的人也那么多，假如呢，再一点点的协助，那就可以呢，让人人呐，就有粮食，有饭吃啊。
8分饱其实是自由。
Eating only 80% full, we get to stay healthier and protect the planet, while we can give the remaining 20% to charity. So really, the concepts comply with what Tzu Chi has been advocating.
Of all the Master's disciples, the Burmese who suffered the wrath of Cyclone Nargis are most notable in their support of the movement. As these farmers do not have enough cash to give away, they save a handful of rice a day before cooking and give it away for charity.
我知道了以后呢，想一想啊，这一把米呢，4口人家，不就是呢，每一个人8分饱吗？8分饱
2分助人好，其实它。
The 80% full campaign carries a deep meaning. It is meant to help people become aware that there may be people in the world besides them. Second, it's to let people know that everything we do in the world will affect another human being.
任何一件事情的时候，都跟这个世界的每一个人都有所连结。
Thanks to the rice coin banks, victims of Cyclone Nargis are no longer waiting helplessly for assistance. Empowered by the vow he made, by 2014, Wu Ting Twin can now lease an area of land and has even bought a cow to help with the plowing. The harvest from the paddy is then donated to Tzu Chi.
Every 所以呢，要自己健康幸福，同样还是要从自己做起呀。
Human beings don't need a lot but want a lot. The core of all these campaigns lies in adjusting one's mindset.
I think it's about restoring tranquility in our heart. We really don't need a lot, but we need to be able to feel at peace inside, to be able to feel blessed together with others.
宁静的幸福感。这个时间点，在整个全球。
At this point in time, when the whole world is so focused on reaping the planet's resources, for Master Jiang Yan to promote such an idea will surely make an impact.
很重要的影响。
By curbing desires and learning to be content, everyone can help share a little love and make this world a better place. Jinsi food products are made with natural ingredients by the Dharma masters at the Jinsi abode in Hualien. A group of Tzu Chi volunteers recently came to Taiwan from Nanjing, China, to learn how to make delicious treats using these products as ingredients.
Our oats are bigger, so we have to blend them to make them smaller. Then they will look like a cake.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Zhongshan District, Taipei show them how to make refreshments. The simple steps also carry spiritual cultivation within them.
When I was using a mold to make the green bean cake, I was quite nervous, as I was worrying I might crush it. I know if I had stayed calm, I could have been successful.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Taiwan often use Jingsi food products in making refreshments and give them to the general public. The volunteers from Nanjing are also learning how to do this from local volunteers.
There will be a Buddhist goods exhibition in Nanjing at the end of May, so we want to display our products there too. We have been thinking about turning Jingsi food products into refreshments and give them to the general public. Then they can know more about our products.
The tasty desserts made from natural organic food products are good for people's health and also good for the earth.
In Taiwan, after participating in the Tzu Chi Global Entrepreneur Seminar held in September of last year, some participants recently gathered in Kaohsiung to share their thoughts and discuss recent developments.
At the Jingsi Hall in Kaohsiung, the Tzu Chi volunteer explains the impact of global warming during a guided tour. One listener, Zhang Huiying, feels quite inspired, as she did not know that embracing vegetarianism helps protect the environment.
I thought that most people embrace vegetarianism because of religious beliefs. However, at the seminar in September, I learned that adopting a vegetarian diet is a way to protect the earth and respect life.
With the change of mindset, Zhang tried adopting a vegetarian diet. Besides her, this cram school teacher, who had once disliked Tzu Chi, also broadened his view after attending the Tzu Chi Global Entrepreneur Seminar.
I really wanted to go up there and embrace the bone marrow donor. I felt like it was my child who underwent the bone marrow transplant. Without great compassion, how would the family be saved? I discovered that I cannot only focus on my career.
While the seminar has planted seeds of love in these entrepreneurs, they not only share what they have learned here, but are also ready to put their love into action.
We're now checking on the Huangs again in Taichung. As you might remember, Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for Mr. Huang, who suffered cancer, and his young daughter until his passing. To reciprocate Tzu Chi's kindness, Mr. Huang's elder sister has joined the ranks of volunteers.
At this Tzu Chi event in Taichung, Huang Kai-di, who is volunteering for the first time, sings and dances with the other Tzu Chi volunteers. Then she massages the seniors as if they are her parents. In addition, she helps cut the seniors' hair with her expertise. Huang had been taking care of her younger brother, who was a cancer patient. Since Tzu Chi volunteers had been helping her younger brother and a niece until her brother's passing, she hopes that she can repay Tzu Chi's kindness.
Tzu Chi has been helping us. Since my expertise lies in hairstyling, I hope I can do this to express my gratitude.
She told me that we can invite her to help with haircut services. I thought that this is very good. She has the time and she is happy doing this.
Turning from a receiver to a giver, Huang says that she feels joyful serving those in need. She hopes to follow in Tzu Chi's volunteers' footsteps and continue to reach out to the less fortunate people.
Cai Yucheng is a cheerleader at the Dadun Junior High School in Taichung who suffers from albinism and therefore poor vision. Overcoming her handicap, she practices hard and relies on her hearing to perform well. Her team recently won the Asia Open Cheerleading Championships, making Cai a legend.
With a unified routine, the cheerleading squad from Dadun Junior High School, Taiwan, won the Asia Open Cheerleading Championships. What is the most amazing thing is that Cai Yuchen, despite her albinism and poor vision, still performs well with her teammates. Cai Yuchen is in grade 9 now. She can't see anything beyond 1 meter, but she still passed the tryout and became a cheerleader. She relies on her hearing and poor vision to help her practice the routines.
After I go home, I always watch the video of the practice. I set a fixed point before me and keep practicing.
The pom pom makes sound, so we use it to let her know where we are.
Besides doing well in cheerleading, Cai Yuchen always keeps her school performance among the top 5 in her class.
When we do reports, she always demands perfection. So if we are in the same group, we can't slack off.
Those who are more fortunate than her must seize their chances. If they can study as hard as her, they'll achieve good grades.
Despite her poor vision, Cai Yuchen still remains confident and pursues her dream. Her spirit is very inspiring.
If I can do something, I'll do it to the best of my ability because I feel I'm like everyone else.
Staying in Taichung, a Japanese man who couldn't speak Chinese and his local wife needed the intervention of a Tzu Chi volunteer to resolve a jealousy dispute. The help of this volunteer led the police to accurately understand the situation and ultimately broker a resolution.
An elderly couple decided to take their jealousy dispute to a local police precinct. The husband is Japanese and has difficulty speaking Chinese, though this did not stop his wife from making accusations. Quick-thinking police enlisted help from a Tzu Chi volunteer who speaks Japanese.
When they spoke of things that might embarrass or offend others, I tried to simply convey their point or the meaning of their message.
This Tzu Chi volunteer, Yang Shunquan, said this translation assignment was quite difficult. To help resolve the dispute, he sought to summarize what each side said and interjected to promote a peaceful resolution.
He was very surprised by how thoughtful the Taiwan police were. In Japan, the police simply ask you to solve your own domestic problems.
75-year-old Yang frequently took part in Tzu Chi Police Association's activities. He also happened to be the same age as the Japanese gentleman, allowing them to chat freely, making him the better person to help the couple than the young foreign affairs police officer.
Later, the two of them were able to open up their hearts and solve their problems.
This Tzu Chi volunteer spent 2 hours as a translator, resolving a jealousy dispute between this elderly couple. After airing their grievances, they eventually reconciled and walked out of the precinct holding hands to the relief of everyone involved.
Fort Anping in Tainan is over 400 years old and is an important historic monument for Taiwan. However, since it is near the shore, the high humidity leads to lichen and plant growth on the walls of the fort. Recently, a cleaning company which specializes in cleaning historic structures was recruited by the city of Tainan to clean up the walls to help preserve the historical treasure.
The water vapor is sprayed slowly across the walls. Passers-by are impressed at the difference after the dirt has been removed from the red walls. Fort Anping is currently undergoing cleaning of its outer walls. Looking at this staircase before the cleaning, one can easily see the difference before and after. The company carrying out the task is the German Karcher company. They have experience cleaning America's Mount Rushmore, where they produce impressive results. The work at Fort Anping is their first project cleaning a historical monument in Taiwan.
We want to remove the dirt without damaging original material. We decided for Fort Anping, for the brick wall and facades, is hot water high pressure cleaning.
After an assessment lasting over a year, specialists determined that the lichen and accumulated dirt were a problem for the structure. So it was decided to use water at 140 degrees, spray at a low pressure, and without chemical additives, a slightly different method than had been previously used.
We expect that the walls in this state of cleanliness can be kept for at least several years.
City workers have also joined the work effort, which is scheduled to last 15 days. They hope that through this learning experience, the city government will be prepared to manage future cleanings on their own.
At the second public marketplace in Kaohsiung, a project to reclaim land calls for the demolition of some pre-existing structures. However, in this marketplace stands the Tamachi House, one of Taiwan's only remaining structures built during the Japanese occupation, making it an important historical treasure. Currently, the order for demolition has been suspended, while the Cultural Bureau performs an assessment to determine whether the structure should be preserved.
Enclosed behind this metal fence is Kaohsiung Public Market No. 2, but this area is not just a marketplace. The architecture here represents over 80 years of history.
There were so many memories there at the funeral home. Everybody remembers it that way.
The street vendor here, who has been selling vegetables for over 60 years, is talking about the Tamachi House, which was a public funeral home, originally built in 1933. Many Japanese held funerals here throughout the occupation years. After so many years of neglect, a historical society is now stepping up to affirm the value of this important structure.
The entire entrance area is decorated with text and a stepped pattern. In the early Showa period, this style of decoration was really popular. This building is the only remaining structure of its style remaining in Taiwan.
Because of the structure's age and importance, the city government has recommended the land reclamation project be halted. The demolition plans scheduled for early April are currently suspended.
The Cultural Bureau and the Bureau of Economic Development are both in agreement that the plans should be halted for the time being.
For now, the structure remains, but it is uncertain how long it can be preserved. The city government of Kaohsiung is still deliberating on the future of the site.
Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines recently went to schools in San Mateo to teach students about recycling. As the students learned the importance of environmental protection, they also seized the chance to thank the volunteers for helping people in need.
Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines are at 2 primary schools in San Mateo to tell the students about protecting the environment. Once they start, they can't stop talking.
Everyone here is working hard to recycle. Some of the garbage you throw away may still be valuable. If you recycle them and measure their weights, you won't litter again.
The volunteers have been teaching the students about environmental protection for years. Therefore, the students want to thank them today.
We haven't done much, but we're glad to help people by recycling. We want to thank Tzu Chi Foundation for helping poor people here.
Tzu Chi volunteers and the students have been brought together by this mission to protect the environment, despite their age differences.
"16 patients suffering cerebral palsy arrived at Tzu Chi Bixin recycling station in Kaohsiung to try their hands at environmental protection, which demonstrated that anyone can give as long as they want to. We join this memorable event at the end of today's program. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.